The first door of a person who was facing foreclosure that I ever knocked was quite a surprise. Not just because the person actually came to the door, it took a little bit of time, that person came to the door. Many people don't, but it turned out the biggest surprise was who that person was. No, it wasn't some kind of celebrity. It was a normal person, but it was a real estate agent. Can you imagine that? A real estate agent going into foreclosure and almost losing his house. It was only a couple of weeks until he was going to lose his house at the auction. I was so surprised by that. I asked him, what is happening there? And he said, oh, I had a back surgery. I was laid out for a couple of months, healing from that very, very intense back surgery. And during that time, he wasn't catching up on his payments, and he actually had a conflict with the mortgage company who sold his mortgage, I think, to another company. I think if that's what happened, if I remember correctly. So there were a couple of situations that happened at the same time, and that made the situation very, very complicated. So the biggest thing to remember is that this can happen to anybody. This can happen to you, it can happen to me, because life happens. It doesn't matter how sophisticated you are, how smart you are. He actually happened to have helped many other people through foreclosures in his past and helped sell their homes or helped counsel them. So he knew what to do. And again, that made it really surprising that he was in the situation himself. I'm sharing this story though to remind you that there's no shame in going through this. If you're going through it, we all end up in hard times sometimes, and that you can make it through with the right support.